What was the name again?
I am first time ever in my life. Girl, please.
Hey, what's up, my snoopers? I hope you guys are having a good hump day. It's almost the weekend. I can see it over the mountaintops. In case you don't know who I am, this is your girl, Tony Michelle, aka Phatgyrlsnoop, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my podcast. Welcome to my YouTube, my Facebook page, wherever you are watching. Welcome. And if you by the end, if you like what you see, please do not hesitate to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Because like I tell you guys every day, I'm trying to get out here in these YouTube streets, and I cannot do that without you. And guess what? It costs you absolutely zilch, nothing but 3 seconds of your time. And feel free to leave your comments, because I want to hear what you guys think about all this crazy shenanigans that is going on with these crazy celebs. Okay. Now, someone asked me, why don't I do the reviews for the reality shows anymore? Because simple, it's just boring to me. And I like to talk about other things besides that. And besides, I'm so nosy that I be knowing things that be happening behind the scenes, so it kind of makes me not want to watch and take it seriously, because I know most of that stuff is a little bit exaggerated. But I do love that shit. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie about that. I do. But as far as like talking about it, I'm like, I don't know. Unless it's something really, really major that I want to talk about that is happening, then I would talk about it. But and for my news, my A1 from Day One Snoopers, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for supporting your girl. I see you out there representing, and trust me, it does not go unnoticed, because I'll never forget where I came from. Okay, I started in the mud. Do you hear me? In the mud, okay? Literally. But I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday out there. I cannot wait till the weekend. I think I'm starting to get used to being off on the weekends. Fun fact about me, I actually I am a workaholic. Everyone that really knows me knows that I am a workaholic, and I have not I could count on one hand how many weekends I've had in the last 2 years since this pandemic. And trust me when I say, I am so thankful, because a lot of people out there that, are not working or struggling to find jobs, and, during this panorama. And I just thank God, the man upstairs, that he was able to provide for me and my family. And I am just blessed. But anyways, that's just my little testimony. But let's get into some shenanigans. Okay, now I don't know if you guys were keeping up with this story, but I sure was. So I don't know if you guys heard about Don Lemon. Now he is a anchor at CNN. I'm sure some of you may know him. He is I don't watch his show, not my thing. Excuse me. It's like every time I get behind this mic, my nose start itching. My mic is not even dusty. Like, my gosh, what is it? I don't know. Like, when I get in front of this camera, like, I start to get itchy. I don't know. Again, another personal problem I got going on. But yeah, so Don Lemon, he is being accused of sexual assault. Now I don't know if you guys heard this happened years ago. 2 years to be exact. And the case still lives on. Now I know I'm about to bring this picture up, and I know what you guys are probably going to be thinking. Why do I have these two guys up right now? Okay. So basically, I need to know what the hell is going on over there at CNN and what is going on with these Cuomo brothers. Now, at first, they was, coming at Andrew. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Then you got, his brother Chris coming out and speaking out and, saying no is no. And then now we hear that he actually has a case going on. Now, like I said, I don't know what is going on with these CNN anchors lately. Now, first, it should be to your right. Okay, we have Chris Cuomo, who has recently been accused of sexual harassment from Shelley Ross, who used to work as his executive producer for ABC's Primetime Live. Now, she alleges that after leaving that position to work as a producer for Entertainment Special, he sexually harassed her at a work party back in 2005. Now, this is what Miss Ross said. She said, when Mr. Cuomo entered the Upper West Side bar, he walked towards me and greeted me with a strong bear hug while lowering one hand to firmly grab and squeeze the cheek of my buttock. Then she adds, I can do this now that you're no longer my boss, he said to me with a kind of cocky arrogance. No, you can't, I said, pushing him off me at the chest while stepping back, revealing my husband, who has seen the entire episode at close range. We quickly left. I mean, you have to have some type of balls, okay? You have to have some type of balls to hit on somebody's wife while their husband is within close range. And I wonder what the husband did. Did a fight go down? Did something go down? She pretty much stopped at that. Like, did he knock Chris Cuomo the F out? That's what I want to know, okay? So she says that, he tried to apologize to her by writing her a letter saying that he was so ashamed of his actions. Clearly, the man was intoxicated, but that is no excuse on how not to act. Because, I get a little litty, but you don't see, I don't do, no, absolutely not, okay? Now, here comes Don Lemon. Let me bring his picture back up. Here we go. Don Lemon, okay? Now, as we all know, he is a member of the LBTGT community. And I know it's a lot more letters to go with that, but he's a part of that club. Okay, you guys know what I mean. He's a how you doing. Okay. All right. So now he is facing the same exact allegations, but instead of a woman that is coming forward with these allegations, it's a man that is coming out with these allegations. Well, did come out with these allegations. Now, don't forget, this case has been brewing for the last 2 years. Now, his name is Dustin Hance. I'm going to bring him up in a second. And he filed the lawsuit against Lemon for assault and battery. And it seems like it took forever. Like, this happened like pre-Coro. You know what I'm saying? But it looks like the case is moving forward. And according to Hance's lawyer, Heist's lawyer, it should be in the courts by January of 2022. Now I'm gonna share my screen so you can see how this guy looks. Just 1 second. Let me share my screen. Share my screen. All right. Go. All right. So this is. Can y'all see him? Let me see. Make sure. No. What is going on? Ah, this is what happens when you do a live. It is not for the weak. All right. So this is Daniel Heiss. Good looking blonde man. He looks pretty tall, pretty fit. It wasn't I don't believe he's from the same community, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy that they are talking about. Now, Heist's lawsuit states that the incident took place back in July of 2018 at some type of, it's called Muff's Backstreet Tavern back in the Hamptons. So this is like rich people vibes. Okay, so they was getting litty, a couple of drinks. I'm just like, my 2 cents is maybe a couple of, a little bit of Britney, a little bit of Christina Aguilera. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how Hollywoods do. Okay. Now, this is what Heist alleged. Heist alleged that Lemon put his hands down the front of his own shorts, then vigorously rubbed his genitalia, removed his hand, and shoved his index and middle fingers into the plaintiff's mustache and under the plaintiff's nose. Lemon, I'm going to say allegedly. It goes on. Lemon intensely pushed his fingers against plaintiff's face under plaintiff's nose, forcing plaintiff's head thrust backward as defendant reportedly asked plaintiff, "Do you like the poom poom or the ping?" But you guys know what word he really said, okay? And while saying this, Mr. Lemon continued to shove his fingers into the plaintiff's face with aggressions and hostility. Okay. Now, this is what I imagine when they say that he stuck his finger down his pants. So, okay, so imagine he sticks his fingers, right, down his pants. He does a Eartha Kitt on that on Boomerang. Like, my God. Or that Strange. You know what I'm saying? So he puts his finger down there, right? Rubs it really, really, really good. Takes his fingers out, walks up to this guy, and takes him by the, to his face and was like, "How does my balls smell?" That's what I get out of it. Okay. Now I was waiting to read where Daniel Heiss, knocked his ass out. Oh gosh, I went 24 hours without using a bad word. Let me digress. Okay. I was looking for it to be some type of battery, again from Heist to Lemon. Because if anybody did that, if anybody put that there, they rub, if a woman rub her coochie, and then especially if I don't know the woman, okay, man or woman, and we're not in that sexual intertwine, okay, and you just walk up to me and you put your fingers in my nose, somebody gonna have to bail me out of jail. Now, I looked to see if the guy actually physically fought Lemon back, but that has not been reported. What the guy do? Just stand there? I couldn't even imagine. I mean, again, this is right with Rich Hamptons, because if they was in the hood, I don't think Lemon would be around to tell to comment on the story. Okay, now Lemon is saying that this lawsuit is frivolous, and he is denying everything. Okay, he's not admitting to nothing. Now, why did this take so long? You may be wondering. Okay, now first, because they have to build the case. I mean, they just can't go after him if they don't have a case to stand on. Then the co-row hit. Okay, so that pushed things back even further, but it looks like Heist is still going through with it because his attorney spoke out and says that he is confident enough that he could have the case tried in January of 2022. Now, Heist also previously alleged that Lemon's behavior was vile, it was disgusting, lewd, and inhumane, and that if he was making these same accusations if a woman was making the same accusations that he feels like that the case would have gained more traction, and it would have been resolved or taken seriously. And so because he feels like it's a man-to-man sexual assault case, that that he's not being taken seriously. This is what he said. He says, "I'm not doing this for notoriety or fame. I'm doing this because I'm standing up for myself and what I believe in. I've grown a new respect for people dealing with mental health issues, because stress, depression, anxiety, those are all very serious things. It consumed my life." But my 2 cents is, Dom, if you do listen to this little podcast, and this may run across your desk, I mean, we've seen the blogs report about you on CNN with the same Chris Cuomo, Kikin, and Kakan about Nicki Minaj so-called sticking stuff up her in her butt, and she don't know what it is, but apparently you're sticking your fingers down your genitals and you're sticking it up in somebody's face and they don't know what it is, Dom. How disgusting. You actually wanted somebody to smell your genitalia? Gosh. But what's y'all 2 cents about that? What y'all think about that? Do you guys, I mean, what would you have done if you was in that situation? What would you have done? I know my people, they'll be like, get the bill money ready, because I'm about to knock this out. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody put their nose and put their stuff there, like that's like somebody digging up their butt, and oh my God. Whew. All right, let's see what else we got here. What else we got going on? I don't know if you guys heard about this now. This is like Kodak Black. Kodak Black cannot seem to catch a break at all. Every time he does a couple steps forward, he takes a couple of steps back. Now, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Kodak Black, he failed the drug test. And guess what? He violated his probation. Now, but the good thing is that he didn't get no jail time. He actually got sentenced to a 90-day rehab program. Now, to a guy like Kodak Black, who is no stranger to legal troubles, that 90-day would seem like a cakewalk, I am sure. Now, it was reported that KB violated the terms of his probation. Remember, he was arrested back in 2019 on federal gun charges, and he was sentenced to almost 4 years in prison. Now, in a crazy turn of events, I remember he was released from prison earlier this year, thanks to Donald Trump's pardon shortly before Donald Trump left the White House. Now, remember when KB thanked Donald Trump for the new chance in life in the free world? He tweeted, "I want to thank the president at the real Donald Trump for his commitment to justice reform and shortening my sentence. I also want to thank everyone for their support and love. It means more than you will ever know. I want to continue giving back, learning, and growing." And which he actually was, he was, giving out ACs, he was giving out all kind of stuff, to the hurricane, the victims, the people who lost power. Now KB, when they said, okay, you can be released, when he got pardoned, he was not completely free. He was under supervised visit. He was subject to court-ordered drug tests while on probation, and he ended up failing one of these drug tests. But thank goodness, like I stated before, he was not given any jail time. He was just ordered to complete a 90-day program in a rehab facility. And he allegedly began his treatment at the unnamed rehab facility. Now, no statement from KB yet, but he did post a very cryptic tweet on Tuesday, September 28th, which said, "Barking up the wrong tree, you know how the dogs get." So, in other words, he probably was smoking that food la la. Now, the only thing I got to say is that I'm sure the orange guy is completely proud of his choices. But Kodak Black, you have got to do better. So let me know y'all 2 cents on that. Do you think that? And I believe he probably was smoking a little food la la, nothing hard, nothing major. So that's probably why he got a slap on the wrist this time, and that's why they put him in a 90-day treatment facility. I do believe if it was like it's like a lean or some type of hard drugs, I believe that he probably would have took his behind back to jail. And that's just my 2 cents on that. And don't forget, I want to hear your 2 cents in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all this stuff that I'm talking about. Let's see, what else am I going to talk about today? Oh, the last thing that I want to talk about, y'all, is allegedly it went down on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. I mean, tea is just spilling, and I am all here for it. Now, I know I told y'all that I do not do reviews on the show. I especially did not do reviews on the Beverly Hills Housewives because I want to hear, everything, because I heard everything in real time. Okay, but I do appreciate how Bravo does break it down, especially when somebody's butt is on the line. Okay, now they won't put their own selves out there, Bravo, aka Andy Cohen. But if you are involved in the scandal, you best believe they are going to milk that dry. Now, allegedly, Andy Cohen and Erica Girardi, aka Erica Jane, got into it at the reunion because I'm sure that Andy had them questions ready, okay? And he was not going to let that go, okay? You already know that. But they said that these two got into it and it was something hard. As I said, they reportedly went at each other at the taping of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. Now, this is how I could tell you guys that, as I just said, that Bravo loves to milk ish. Okay, same way how they milked that Bolo situation on Atlanta. Okay, they milked it. So I mean, that whole season was about Bolo in Atlanta. And one night was basically a whole season. One night was basically the whole reunion. And that's what I mean when I say Bravo likes to drag-ish out. And certainly they are going to drag this Erica Girardi situation out. Okay, you already know they are. And usually a reunion is 2 parts, 3 parts the most. This reunion is 4 parts. So we got to deal with 4 Sundays of the reunion just to get a little piece of information, if anything at all. But yeah, it went down at the reunion. Now, according to a source that's close to production, they said that Andy and Erica were seen fighting on the set. And at the same time, Garcelle and Lisa Rinna was going at it in some kind of race-triggered fight. Okay, so I'm sure we're going to see leading up to the reunion exactly what that racial situation was. I tried to go on Twitter to see if I could see something. It was absolutely nothing. Okay, it was nothing on there. So I don't know what Garcelle is talking about right now. Now the insider spoke with Hollywood Life. They said that this is what they said. They said most of the fighting was actually done between Andy and Erica. I could imagine. Like I said, he is going to milk this as much as he could. Okay, and I'm sure with Andy, he got them questions ready. And this is my 2 cents. And I mean, I've been on watch What Happens Live, and I've been on a lot of productions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of productions as an audience member, and I can say that when it comes down to Andy Cohen, all that stuff is rehearsed. All the questions that they asked, like a part of the audience, the question that they asked, all that is rehearsed. That's why I haven't been back. I was back one time. I was asked to come back, and I didn't go back because I thought that was very, what's the word? Unauthentic. Okay, and I do believe that the questions that Andy be reading on them cards that he says is from viewers are actually, filtered in with his. Okay, and let me tell you guys, that is the honest truth, and that's how I feel. That's my 2 cents, and that's why I have this show. Okay, all right, so let's get back to this. So the insider said that it was actually Andy and Erica fighting the most. But at the end of it, Erica and Andy left with no bad blood lost. Of course, because that's her paycheck. That's her point. Okay? I don't think she's still on Broadway right now. I might be wrong. Somebody let me know in the comments. Am I wrong? But that is her bread and butter right now. So of course you're going to go head to head with the boss, but are you going to say I quit and you ain't got nothing else going on? No. Okay, you could agree to disagree with the boss. It happens every day, B. Okay, all right. The source claims that she understood because she knows that Andy has a job to do. Also a fun fact about Watch What Happens Live Bravo. You know how, like, again, they ask the people ask the guests the questions. The guests already know what the questions are. That's another thing too, and that's why I didn't go back. Like, it's so rehearsed. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, then I heard that Garcelle allegedly confronted Lisa Rinna after she made some type of apparent offensive comment about race. The source said that Garcelle got emotional and she came hard for Lisa Rinna. Lisa made a comment about race and it set Garcelle off, and they got into it. It was a continuation of Garcelle's feelings after last night's episode. It's something she's quite passionate about. Now, although things between Garcelle and Lisa were tense at the reunion, the insider went on to say that the women were generally disappointed that they couldn't get to a better place with each other. Speaking of Garcelle and Lisa, so in other words, they still don't like each other, although they worked with each other for years on the soap opera. And Garcelle, Lisa thought that they were so cool, and Garcelle was like, "Girl, you just my coworker. There's a difference between coworker and a friend, girl. Look it up. We were not that cool, sis." Now, Lisa seems to really love Garcelle, though, and both ladies are sad that they are not friends that they once were, but the reunion sure did not help. It's one of the best reunions to date, according to the source. But guess what? I feel like my 2 cents is this is going to be a spicy reunion, a dragged out reunion, but nevertheless a spicy reunion. And I really hope, because I already know that Andy's going to try to hit them hard questions, and Erica is not going to be able to say nothing because the legal battle is still going on. And according to reports, she's trying to delay this trial, this lawsuit, as much as possible. But at the end of the day, Erica, this is why I say, and this my 2 cents, is just my opinion. I do feel like that you know more than what you are leading on. And the reason why I think that is because you are still taking up for time. You are still taking up for time. So I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. But just know, Erica, you can prolong it, but whatever comes out, whatever it's done in the dark, is going to come into light. And that's just how I feel. But let me know how you feel and what's your 2 cents in the comments. And that is my time for today. Let me know your 2 cents on Don Lemon. Do you think he is going down with this sexual allegations? Because that discovery ain't no joke, okay? Especially when the feds and stuff get involved. That ain't no joke. And what about Kodak Black? Do you think that he deserved that slap on the wrist because he smoked a little foo la la? Because he's been doing good in the community. So you think he deserved that slap on the wrist? And what about Erica Jane? Erica Jane, do you think that she's really going to come for Andy like that? She's just being defensive. And do you guys believe her? Do y'all believe that she knew absolutely nothing? Do y'all believe that Tom got into that car accident? Do y'all believe that Tom is suffering really dementia? Now, I don't, I ain't going after his HIPAA, Erica, but, yeah, I don't believe you. Okay. And don't forget, if you like what you see and you want to see more of my Phatgyrlsnoop shenanigans, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't catch me here, you can always catch me on my website. That is phatgirlsnoop.co, where you can buy merch like this and stuff like this, all kinds of stuff on there. You can also catch my blog on there. And remember, my snoopers, that is PHAT, as in pretty, hot, and tempting. Bye for now. Hope you guys have a good night. Almost the weekend.
Girl, that girl Snoop.